Hi guys, thanks for joining me. I just needed to jump on here, guys. I don't know about you, but I cannot rest with this case. I'm telling you, it's on my mind constantly. I just saw the Candace update on Chris McDon, I think his name is, from the interview room. I checked out his interview with Candace. And oh my God, like, I don't know what to think now, guys. I mean, the interview seemed really genuine from, her perspective. And I'm thinking to myself, have we all got it wrong? Like at one point, I actually really did sense real, genuine emotion from her. She really is in a lot of trouble, like emotionally, mentally right now. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that she's not guilty of anything. Even if there has been an accident with Summer, and she is responsible for that. I don't know. It's that human compassion, I guess, guys. As a mother myself, I can't imagine what it would be like to lose all your children in one go like that. It's just a horrific thought. I mean, it's such a weird thing because naturally, you would expect that you're in so much grief, you would be bawling your eyes out, or you'd have red eyes from crying the night before. You would think, even if you didn't want to cry on camera, that's just how I'm thinking. You would just naturally think that you've lost your child, she's missing, you don't know where she is, you're assuming she's dead. And that, and I do know that people can go into shock. I do understand that. And I know also that people grieve differently. I just can't wrap my head around it, guys. I think the three main things was the lack of the tears, lack of tears, the fact that they were very quick to jump to a conclusion that she was deceased, that she's not coming back, like she's gone forever type thing. I mean, with Donald saying we'll see her in the resurrection or something. And then there's just this, well, I know they have done pleas to the abductor. I wasn't aware of that. Someone had pointed it out to me. But, I mean, I suppose I was expecting it to be more, just something that would be really noticeable, from them, that they would be able to say, hey, we are missing our child, we need her back, please bring her back. You don't hear any of that kind of tone in their voice, that kind of pleading that most people do, when we have seen missing persons cases of children where the parents who are innocent, or anyone, even if it's not a child missing, anyone in a family that goes missing and their loved ones are just besides themselves. They're so stressed and they're racked with grief and fear and stress and everything. And for some reason, Candace and Don are just very calm. Like, it seems like they're calm. Maybe within them there's an emotional storm going on. And maybe it's a medical condition, or maybe there's substance, in their system. I don't know what it is. I don't really get it. I mean, I could not have gone to that waterhole like she did in her interview yesterday with Don. I mean, sorry, bloody hell, Chris McDon. I've got Don in my head. With Chris, I don't know how she could have done that. If that was me, I wouldn't have been able to go there. It would be too traumatic. I wouldn't be able to face I wouldn't be able to go there or face it without breaking down crying. I don't know. I know we all grieve in different ways, but when I saw the interview with her, I thought, geez, she really does seem to be quite genuine. She's showing genuine emotion. This is not to say that she still isn't involved, or responsible for what's happened to Summer. To some degree, but I just found it quite interesting, guys, and this is why I've brought this out today. I just want to do a really quick check-in, because also the last tarot reading I didn't have hardly any information. I didn't want to influence myself, and I hadn't known at that time that the grandma, she's a significant person in this. She was there. We have Candace, the grandma, like her mother, Summer's grandma, Hunter, there that day. Three main people that were involved in that day in Summer's life. or the last hours of her life. And we're going to see, okay, so I'm going to use the positive cards as well as the negative. I don't want to say negative. These are just the shadow self, and these are the radiant self. These are my own decks that I created, and basically what they are, these are all the positive attributes of somebody, and this can be our negative attributes, because we all have a light and a dark side to ourselves, a light and a shadow side. Okay. All right, I've got to get got to get my cards right. Just gonna use my Divine Shadow Self Oracle, okay, and let's see what's going on with Candace's energy that day, please. Actually, I might want to use one of these first. These are the Untold Truths of the Heart Oracle by Aqua Moonlight. I just want to get an energy for Candace on the day that Summer, you know, and they were all at the waterhole. Wow, this is interesting. One day, someday, somewhere, another time, an epiphany has come in, longing, aching, pining past love. So just suddenly realizing that she's missing her. She's missing her. She's pining for her. Did something actually happen there? I don't know, guys. It's weird. Let's have another look. What's another card? I just had cards fly everywhere. everywhere. Disillusion. So she was disillusioned. There's the foundation, the Three of Wands foundation. We've got the Tower. Something came crashing down. Shit hit the fan. Look, we've got an epiphany. We've got the Tower. Now, when you get the Tower, it means a sudden, unexpected change. What I call shit hits the fan card, okay? Mind my language, but yeah, that's what it is. And look, there's a snake again. This is so weird. So something drastic happened at the waterhole, okay? That's what we're hearing here from Spirit. I thought it was at the house, but anyway, let's go with it. So it's interesting that something has happened, a sudden awakening, okay, of something happening, a sudden realization that she's aching for her daughter. She's pining for her. There's this disillusionment that she's gone. So there must have been like a quick awakening, like a shock to the system, realizing, oh my God, what's happened? Oh my God, she's gone. That's what it seems like. Foundation. Interesting, there's like flowers and strawberries or something there. We've got fluctuation. Okay, so that's her toing and froing back and forth, juggling things. She's trying to stay strong and grounded here and stand, like, hold a strong foundation right there. Could also be the GoFundMe thing too that we're talking about. So this may not necessarily be, and this happens always with my readings. I try to set it for a special, like, significant time or part in the reading or of the day. But it gives me so much more information. So I want to get the shadow message that hit her at that time, please, with Candace. Humiliation. Humiliation. Oops, there's too many there, but I'm going to take these ones. Withdrawn. Oh, God. And drug. Was she humiliated because she was under the influence and realized that, you know, shit, I've done something really wrong here. I've been under the influence and this has affected my daughter's, you know, health. This has affected her life. And she's become withdrawn on the day. Or is this to do with a drug dealer? Take it as it resonates for you guys. I mean, I might have ideas, but I'm still trying to unpack it as I go along. So it could be that there was a drug connection going on here as well, and she felt humiliated. Humiliated because, you know, someone took her daughter. That could be something as well. You know, longing, one day, someday, somewhere else, we'll meet again. That could be how you take it as well. I'm not going to say this is exactly how I feel. I'm confused at this stage, guys. With that particular interview that was done, and now there's talks of drug dealers and this other guy, Jose, and God knows, I still feel very strongly that it's highly unlikely someone was at the property that day that took her. But, I mean, stranger things have happened. So I'm trying to keep my eyes open on this and my mind open on this. But this is interesting. drug, humiliation, withdrawn. And I'm loving your comments because you really leave so much more to, like, you open up so much more to investigate and look into, guys. So thank you so much for your comments as well on this. So let's get into it. So let's see, what is the grandmother's energy? What is the grandmother's energy, okay, for at the waterhole, or that day? I'm just going to say that day because it's going to tell me a whole story. Exhaustion, wanting to just have peace and balance and friendship and just enjoy being laid back, you know, maybe playing some music. And there's influences, dark attachments, third parties. So there's someone else in her ear or in her life that's annoying her. There's a dark attachment to the mother. And it doesn't have to always be a person. It could be an addiction. It can be family members. It can be, you know, usually in love readings, it can be like a karmic partner. But I'm looking at it as, see the wolves? It's kind of interesting, isn't it? With the house, the shed there, and the trees and the wolves. So that's interesting when we're thinking about, you know, where they live, and there's wolves and there's coyotes and stuff like that, or we call them coyotes here. Yeah, I mean, what is that to do with? That's just so weird. Like, you know, it's talking about friendship here. Did she have a peaceful friendship with somebody that wasn't a good person? You know, this is about the mother. So let's see, what is her shadow? What is her shadow? Brainwashed and aloof. So did she feel like she was being brainwashed, or was she brainwashing someone else? Brainwashed and aloof and addictions. That's weird. So has the mother got some of her own addictions? Or is she in connection with someone who has addictions? Because this can be seen as energy around them as well. It doesn't have to necessarily be their own energy. It can be energy of others around them that's affecting them. But it does, the aloofness, I really do feel that is the grandmother's energy, because she is quite aloof. The brainwashed side of things, maybe she believed a story she was told. We could look at it that way, you know, around summer. Maybe she, there's something around that though. So there is a dark attachment around the grandmother when it comes to an addiction. So she might have some things in her closet too that we're not aware of. We all have something, I guess, in our lives. So that's interesting. Grandmother, please. Tradition. This is the home. This is the home, okay? 10 of discs is always around the family home. It's the retirement. It's the money. Look at the mountains. See the mountains and the greenery. There's something that went down around the house with the grandmother. And she did actually take off, didn't she, on a journey. She supposedly, I don't know the proof of it, but she went for a drive with that Jose guy. And now she's actually left. She's left the premises now. So that's really interesting. So she's become aloof and closed off. Maybe she was brainwashed to believe a certain thing. There's addictions here or some kind of connection with that. All right, so I do want to get their positives as well, because I did do a little bit of it in the last tarot, but I'll do it again because we all have a good side and a shadow side. So Candace's light side, okay, what was her light side that day? Kind. So she was in a kind energy, feeling good, feeling friendly and happy and open-hearted. Hang on, that's got to feel right. That's it. Healthy. Okay, so she was feeling kind and healthy. So we can see that she's not probably the most healthiest person on earth, but she was feeling that. So she could have been feeling healthy mentally, healthy emotionally. You know, she could have been feeling pretty good that day. What else, please, for Candace? Just one more, please. Whoops, we've got a few more, have we? No, we've got, oh yeah. Well, no, there's way too many, but we've got peaceful, playful, free-spirited, learning, and extroverted. So she was feeling extroverted around her family that day. She was playful and free-spirited and learning new things. So maybe she was learning new things on TikTok or whatever, but that might be the music we have with the grandmother there as well. So what's the grandmother's positives? So she was being supportive. Interesting. Supportive. So it sounds to me like she was the one that was told something. She was told something, she was brainwashed, and she was supporting the narrative, okay, that was given to her. But she became aloof because it wasn't peaceful anymore. Detoxing. Oh my God, that's so weird. So we got dark attachments, third party addictions. Detoxing from addictions. There might be something that she's trying to move away from. You know, maybe if it's not drugs, it might be alcohol, it could be gambling, it could be anything. There's some type of addiction that she's tried to break free from, okay? She's trying to live a simple life, but she's been brainwashed with something, and it's around the home situation here. So this came on, like, everything around the home turned upside down for the grandma, okay? So she might have, as I said before, might have been influenced by all sorts of people telling her all sorts of different things and thinking, I've got to get out of here to clear my head, okay? Which, keeping our eyes wide open and remaining neutral, because it does look very suspicious, but at the same time, it might be innocent why she's taken off. She might have taken off because she needs to clear her head and work it out for herself. We just don't know, guys. So let's have a look then at Hunter's energy that day. Hunter's energy. Hunter's energy, please, for that day. Wow. Wow. Okay, this is very interesting. Intimacy, masculine energy. Well, he is the masculine. He's a boy. He carries that masculine energy. And so maybe there was something with this. And look at him. He's vaping. He's smoking. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I do believe he was smoking. I don't believe Candace when she says he wasn't doing those things. I just think she doesn't want to get in trouble with that. But yeah, this is freaking interesting. Like, you know, you look back at his profile. We said that he's in a relationship. He put a cover photo of him and her together on the same day that he posted that, you know, he's in a relationship. He put a cover photo of them with their arms around each other. Just looks like a friendly hug. You know, but, you know, I don't know, guys. It's really strange. Did he have a crush on her? I mean, he was only 15. Was she his, like, real crush type thing? You know, you just don't know how this works. Because I know she said, oh, you know, you're my homie type thing. Maybe that's where, just something's going on here. It says closeness, sexuality, seclusion. I want to get a shadow on that, okay? Hunter's energy, please. Disagreeable. Rage. Arrogance. So this is something that's happening maybe even within him. Sometimes our shadows don't show themselves, okay? Sometimes they are hidden and they're under the scene. So that could be something that happened. Maybe there was a rejection of something. Maybe something happened that he didn't agree with. And he became angry and he became arrogant. That could be part of something going on here. We'll just see. So can we get more of an info? Or was there something that he saw that was intimate he didn't agree with? I don't know. We have to really open it right up here. Hang on a minute. Way too many, please. Okay. Hunter. Hunter, please. Just one card for Hunter. Or at least two at the most. Please. Whoop. Oh, yeah, we got two. The lady. Oh, my God, guys. This is the Empress. This is the mother. This is Candace. He has an intimate connection with her, I'm telling you. So whether it's from her side or not, he's feeling it. He's feeling it with her. He's got some attraction to her, it looks like here. Diplomacy, Seven of Swords, having to play it. Maybe he's had to hide the fact that he has these feelings. I don't know, it's weird. Because the diplomacy, Seven of Swords, is usually someone who slinks away. They avoid the situation. They don't want to confront things. They just slip away, slink or sneak away. And maybe he was being a bit sneaky with her. Oh my God, that just creeped me out. So who knows, you know, some of the rumors are going around that maybe they were being intimate while Summer was swimming and that, you know, some rumors are saying that maybe she got into the alcohol and she drowned. But I'm just finding this really interesting that there's a sneaky card here. This means sneakiness, okay? 7 of Swords. It's being dishonest. So he's either got feelings for her and he hasn't told her and he's, you know, got a crush, or there was something going on between them that was hidden, okay? Oh, geez. All right. So what is her positive? Sorry, what is his positives? What is Hunter's positives cards? Positive cards, please. So fair and, wow, observant. Didn't he say? Oh, this is so weird. In my tarot reading, he came up, in his energy, it came up as the observer. And I did that reading before I watched the interview with Chris. And he said I was observing that day. I'm very observant. Observant. Wow. And fair is trying to be, you know, try to keep fairness in a situation. It's trying to keep the balance and you know, allow everything to be fair and balanced and happy and good. Compassionate. So these are his good sides coming out, okay? So we all have total opposites, but as I said, I think before, one can outshine the other sometimes, depending on the situation. Sometimes our moods can change like that, you know. And this could be, these cards don't have to be in order. They could be at any point in the day. So maybe earlier in the day he felt compassion. Maybe at the waterhole he was feeling observant, you know. And then later on maybe some rage came in, or maybe there was underlying rage. You know, all these things don't have to seriously be noticeable in the person on the day. We're looking deeper underneath stuff here. So let's see Summer's energy. Let's see little Summer's energy. What was Summer's energy on the day, please? Please, Spirit. What was Summer's? Oh, how beautiful. Unconditional, innocent support, whole heart. And we've got little flowers there. Just a sweet little soul. That was her main energy, just being the cute, unconditional, beautiful little girl that she was, you know, that she is. Receptive. Oh my God, look at this. Receptive, open heart, softness, vulnerability. Just a sweet energy. Sweet, open energy, trusting and beautiful, okay? And I know that kids don't usually have a shadow side, but I want to see what might have been influencing, what energies might have been around her, okay? A pure little girl. Okay, we got jealousy. I don't feel that Summer was jealous. She's had jealousy around her. Now, this is either from Hunter, her siblings, or Candace, or even the grandmother. Whoever was playing in her role, playing a major role in her life that day, felt jealous of her. There was jealousy. What else, please? Oh my God, held hostage. Shit. Oh my lordy. Held hostage. No, you know, when I created these cards, wasn't meant to literally mean holding someone hostage, but we're talking about a missing person here too. Was she held hostage somewhere? Is she being held hostage somewhere? I'm trying to make sense of it. I really am. Because in my heart, I feel like she has passed away. But it kind of makes you feel like you're holding someone at ransom, you know, through the jealousy. Holding someone hostage against their will type thing, but maybe not even literally sometimes. It's just holding them against their own will. I don't know, guys. What do you get from this? Ego bound. Someone's in their ego around her. They're working through their ego and their jealousy to keep her down, you know, to not allow her to thrive and blossom and bloom like this beautiful flower here. It's got to be personal, guys. Jealousy doesn't come from a stranger. Gossip. So there's gossip around her that day. So yes, there's obviously been a lot of talk around her. Someone was talking about her. Can we get this energy for her, please. For Summer. The High Priest. The High Priest, this is the Magician in the cards. And this is ruled by Gemini, Virgo. I don't know why I'm even saying that because I didn't say the other star signs, but anyway. The High Priest is the, looks like a church person, doesn't it? Looks like the father even, because he's got the white hair and he's looking at a book. It's not a Bible in this, but you know, it's very much like the druid, like the religious person. So very damn interesting. So maybe also the church are talking about her. That could mean many things. You've got sunflowers. Is it sunflowers? Another card for Summer, please. Oh, geez, guys. The underworld. She's definitely, well, from what we see, it looks like she is deceased. I don't want to say definitely, but it looks like she is deceased. We got this underground tomb, like in between rocks. I know some people have thought she's fallen into rocks or something. I've heard along the lines. I did actually hear Spirit say a slab of rock, so maybe that she's buried and there's a slab of rock over her gravesite. But look, this is telling us, guys, someone's read her rights, but not literally. But this just reminds me of that. Maybe someone did say a prayer over her grave. You know? Oh, jeez. Okay, can I get one more? Just want to quickly do it. For the boys, her brothers, okay? What were her brothers' energies that day before this happened? Because this is what we're basically talking about before this happened. Probably the older one more so. I don't remember. I think there's 3 brothers, but I can't remember them. I'll just do them as a whole, okay? Because the most important energy will come through. Wow, hang on, there's way too many there. Oh, God, okay, rejection. Irrational fear, saying no, dismissal. So they felt rejected at some point that day, whether it be through their father or their mother. Maybe they wanted to go to the swimming hole and were told no. Who knows? Like, I don't know the full story on that, but that is a thought. Hoping, waiting, expecting, manifesting for something. Whoops, shivers. All right, fell on the ground. Hang on. Oh, look at that. Pride. Okay. Ego. Oh, wow. This is interesting. So ego, arrogance, stubborn love. And this is interesting because connected to Summer's is ego. Okay. So I'm not saying this is right because it might be completely wrong. Who knows? But it's just interesting that the word ego is connected to Summer and it's also connected to one of the brothers. Okay. So they might have been hoping if something did happen to Summer and they knew about it, maybe they were involved or responsible, that they were hoping that she'd be okay or expecting the best. It's hard to read what it is exactly. Let's get their energy. What was their shadow energy, please, for the boys? Wow, hang on. Oh, they fly out, these cards. Ghosting can mean that they went MIA, they disappeared for a while. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if they disappeared with Summer for a while. I hope not. Jeez, my brain is starting to go to places I don't want to go to. Okay, so, but that's interesting. Ghosting means going MIA, just disappearing suddenly. Wow. Disappearing and being secretive. So this is either them doing that or, you know, they might have gone off with their dad to ghost a situation and be secretive. Because, I mean, people were saying that CPS were going to turn up at their doorstep that day, and that's why they took the boys. That's what's been said. I don't know the validity of it, but that would make sense too, around the boys, why they'd be ghosting in secrets. So we can look at it both ways. Were they doing this and being secretive, or was the whole action around them not being there, you know, for that reason? Why, you know, why were they just in shame? There's shame around the boys and burdens. Oh my God, that's so sad. So these boys are carrying a burden. And I know when I first saw the first interview with Don, and I think it was the oldest son in the first interview he did, and the little boy, well, I know he's a big boy, but he was looking down, and I thought, this boy knows something. He's got so much on his shoulders right now. This could be something that they feel bad that they might have done. You know, they might have done something. I don't know how to explain it. It's so hard to know who's done what. I'm trying to unravel it. The problem with me is that I tune in, but I also analyze it, and then I go and confuse myself because I have such an analytical brain. I want to kind of pick it apart. But yeah, I've got to just learn to just let it be. So let's see what else is coming up with the boys. Hang on. With the boys, please. What cards are coming up with the boys? Around them, please. On the day that Summer went missing. Please, can we see what the energy is around them? Spirituality. The rainbow after the storm is there. We've got the new cup, the new fresh start. It's, you know, an open heart. Wow, what's that one? Bounty is also money. The Six of Pentacles is usually charity as well. So, yeah, it's interesting. So in some ways they might have been feeling that they had a newfound, what's this? Because I feel like this is after the fact. I don't feel like this is during it. I just feel like they were shown a sense of kindness. They've been given a second chance, I'm hearing. So I don't know what that was. That might have been the fact that maybe CPS were coming in that day. Because I definitely don't think money's got anything to do with them specifically. It's interesting. We've also got an open space in the mountain there, like another crevice. You know, that it's kind of representing like a passage. It's like a tunnel underground or something. And we've also got opposition. So they were coming against something and they weren't seeing things clearly. So maybe they don't know the full story either. But opposition's interesting because you are coming up against another force. So that's that burden too, perhaps. And gain. So financial gain right here. I'm not sure what this is, guys. Please let me know if you have any idea, because a lot of you seem to know things I don't know about the case. So let me know if there's anything in connection with money with the boys. Okay. Oh, hang on a minute. Is this my brain just going stupid or what? I don't want to say it, but I do. Because it's just come to me as like maybe a realization. I'm not sure. Okay, but you know how it says jealousy around Summer and his ego and pride, and what happens if they got wind that I think, because I remember someone said her grandpa was going to leave her money and that I think it was only going to her. What if the boys got wind of that and they realized that money is only going to Summer and not them? Were they jealous of her? Did something happen? I don't know. Was there a conversation that day that they've overheard? You know? Don't know, guys. It's just another thing that opens up, doesn't it? Who knows where this really goes? It's just, I don't know. I've got to sit back and process it all, I think. Because it's just one thing after the other. Like, one minute you think, okay, the mother's done something at the water hole, and now it's unraveling something else. And then we're hearing about, you know, these other parties involved, like drug dealers and stuff, and could they be someone that's involved? I just don't really get that feeling. But it's just interesting what's coming up around the boys. And I'm not saying they're at fault here or responsible for her disappearance. I just find it very interesting, these connections here. They're feeling very ashamed, very burdened. They've had to go secretive, you know, and basically disappear. Someone was very jealous of her. So that could have been Candace, could have been the brothers. I mean, siblings came up a few times in the last tarot reading too. The siblings cards came up quite a few times. So it's just, yeah. And I mean, it's interesting because going by what Candace said, if it is a real true story, you know, what she said, her account of Summer going into the house and the boys were in the house, would it be technically that, you know, the boys saw her last, or did one of the boys see her last or something? That's something to consider. I mean, law enforcement will work it out. You know, they've got the boys now. They've removed them from the home. So I am absolutely certain answers will come in very, very soon. And I hope to God that, you know, Summer is found. I don't think she's right near the property. People are saying she's on the property. I don't feel that at all. I think that would have been searched high and low, with dogs and everything. I don't feel that. I know that you'd just think, wouldn't you, if it happened to you and you were in their position, would you go and bury a body on your property that's going to be searched and that's going to have all that target, you know, they're going to be targeted? I think it would make sense to bury her somewhere that's familiar to you. And I'm pretty sure the FBI would be keeping an eye on their movements, especially if it does take so long as a year goes by, anniversaries, happy birthdays, you know, things like that. Any kind of significant events, you know, I know that when an Australian girl went missing, the Australian police were following the parents, and they didn't realise, but they were following them to the woods where they had buried their daughter. And the police a year later had followed them and tracked them there. And that's how they found, you know, that they'd actually accidentally killed their daughter, out of, well, I think it was out of anger from the mother. But anyway, guys, this is just I wanted to just do a really quick reading, just to kind of open it up a bit more now that I knew that there was another person like Grandma involved. And I know that more stuff will unravel. I do still find it very weird that she hasn't come forward and done any kind of interview or anything. Could just be, once again, her personality. Maybe she's undergoing some inner demons we don't know about that she just cannot deal with. People do deal with grief and trauma in different ways. And don't forget, she lost her daughter in 2009, Candace's sister, Rose Marie. She lost her daughter. So this would be like a PTSD for her, I'm sure. It would be bringing up so much stuff for her, not only losing a daughter, but now losing a granddaughter. So I can imagine, you know, I can kind of understand, if she's innocent, why she would just want to take off and get away from it all. And, you know, sometimes we just can't face things. Like, it's easy for people to say you should be, you know, doing this and that, but we don't really know what it's like to be in their shoes. If you've never lost a child or a grandchild in this way, we don't really know what she knows and what she doesn't know. We don't know if she's being threatened by someone either. So we don't know all the story behind it. But I want to hear what you think of Candace's interview too. Like, it's just very interesting. A lot of honesty was coming through in that, I feel. But once again, I did notice that she did become quite emotional when it came to her boys. That's when she started to really shut down a bit more, I think, as well. But in time, the truth will come out, guys. Please comment below. I love hearing your thoughts on this. And you have such amazing insight, guys. And I look forward to connecting with you next time. Love and blessings.